I knew it. I knew Tabata was not going to let us see the greatness that is going to be Asta's new form. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh shit, it's about to happen. It's about to go down. And yeah, we kind of didn't really get to see it like that. I was like, no! But this chapter, Black Clover 273, beyond slapped. The amount of things that is about to go down, the amount of setups, the interesting setups at that, especially in the first half of the chapter, but even the second half, and you would argue, I guess, not really third half, but the finale of the chapter. It was like, yo, the war is about to begin, fam. The training is now over, and between the stuff that the Spade Nation got set up there, what the hell is going on with that monster? Like, yo! Dante's crusty ass is wanting another go. Like, yo, I don't want no other big ass battle with Dante. He better get, like, he's small tier now, okay? You already took the L. You lost. Accept it. Don't come over here with that, I want to fight. Like, no, Dante. No. Sit, boy. Relax. We got the squad ready to go in their new drip. I'm just like, ugh! Black Clover chapter 273, baby. Let's talk some of that Black Clover greatness. Let's do it.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be, though.
So the chapter starts off and I'm already interested because maybe my memory is slipping me, and if it is, cool, my bad, I forgot. But it starts off with Zenon inquiring to this scientist guy, this Dr. Morris, of his brother. He's like, yo, fam, is my brother gonna be cool? Is my brother gonna be alright? And we're like, wait a minute, what brother? And then we see that Dante was the dude in the tank that he was talking about. And so Zenon and Dante are brothers? Kind of interesting stuff there. What about if there's a big connection and Zenon, Dante, and possibly even Vonica are all relatives to Yuno? What if they're all siblings and the three elder siblings like betrayed the kingdom and basically were responsible for its destruction? Or at the very least, Dante and Zenon are Yuno's brothers or some shit like that. That would be freaking insane. We don't know all of the story yet, the history behind them. Maybe they're two bastard children that like Yuno's pops had before anything. I don't know, but like finding that out, again, maybe we already knew that, but either way, I was just like, okay, interesting stuff there. And also it shows that there's a little bit of heartbeat behind Zenon. I mean, it could be for some other nefarious reasons, so to speak, but for him to be kind of caring about, again, his brother, it makes you wonder, like, wait a minute, so he cares about his brother. He can't be completely evil, right? He got some love in his heart, you know, and at the end of the day, he also went to rescue Dante, so it's not like he's completely this cold guy, despite, again, the Nation of Spade having these people that they damn near worship devils and want to work with them and shit like that. So yeah, interesting stuff about Zenon's character, considering the fact that he's just like this quiet, mean, evil looking motherfucker. Like, well, there's a little more than meets the eye with him, and I think as we continue to progress throughout the story, we'll find out more about him and what makes him tick, because again, that is interesting to note that he does care about somebody or something. And speaking of that Morris guy, Dr. Morris, he is apparently somebody from the Diamond Kingdom, and it's been so freaking long since the stuff with Mars and the Diamond Kingdom. Like, honestly, it's been, wow, long time since that stuff went down. But he is a traitor from them after he got kicked out because of Mars. Mars was like, yo fam, you gotta go, and he, you know, of course he was talking shit about Mars and calling him a traitor or whatnot. He is back in the fold, and he also got that dude Lotus, which again, these dudes were dealt with so long ago that it's like, holy shit. Like when I saw Lotus's design, I was like, yo, that dude looks mad familiar. Where do I know him? Like what? And then I looked back a little, I was like, oh shit, so these are some early birds. Like, I don't expect anything from Lotus. In fact, Lotus doesn't even seem like he's really 100% rocking with Morris. It could very well be that maybe he's a traitor to them to begin with. He just came to try and take down Dr. Morris or something like that. But Lotus, he looks scared to begin with. He doesn't look like he's all the way down for the cause when it comes to whatever the hell the Nation of Spade is doing. Maybe he could be something that kind of screws them over in the end, because he just doesn't seem all the way down for the bullshit that they up to. And while they're looking at the tank after Zenon was inquiring about his brother, is he gonna be okay and shit like that, when Dante is there and he's like, oh, I can't wait to fight that boy again, I'm like, shut up. Okay, shut up. Like, don't get me wrong, you put up a good fight and whatnot, but you lost against Asta, Yami, that's it. Take your L. And then on top of that, you had to have your brother, big brother, I'm imagining big brother, maybe he's younger, I don't know, but you had to have your brother come and save your hide and put you in this tank like the little bitch you are. Okay, Dante, you need to stop it. You thought you was gonna have Vanessa. You thought, fam, you tried it. You wanted Vanessa, you wanted Gray, you just thought you were Mag Daddy, and look, now you're naked in the tank and looking at had like some motherfucker staring at you there, like real big shot, huh? But again, I'm imagining that's a setup for something to come. I don't think Dante is going to be like a big fish to fry at this point. Like, yeah, he'll have another probably battle, but I don't know if Lucifero is going to even want to rock with him like that anymore. After taking a major L like that, Lucifero, which, you know, he is highly regarded to himself, he's probably going to blame Dante completely. Like, we lost because you couldn't utilize my 100%. Why am I going to lend my talents to you anymore? Maybe for a second he might look like he's about to, and then all of a sudden he's like, just rot, and he's going to get his shit rocked. Like, I could see Dante taking a major L because Lucifero is not going to want to help him anymore. But then Zenon asked Morris, well, what about the other preparations? Is everything else going good? And he says, yep, everything is fine. Ain't that right, Lotus? Everything is going good. And Lotus is like, yeah, it's going good. A little too bad, you know what I mean? And we see this giant monster, and I don't know if he's encased in ice or glass or some shit like that. And at first, when I saw it, I was like, yo, that kind of looks like Lucifero, but it's probably another demon. Maybe he is Satan himself or something like that, and that's why he's in there. And it's crazy because how the hell has a devil been crossed over here? It could very well be that he's been here beyond, like, since the beginning of time. He's been encased in ice, or they use, like, how the hell is he here? Or is it that they need some sort of technique, and is he their end goal? Is his end goal not really to cut the lines between the human world and the demon world? Is it just that he wants to revitalize that demon? Because if any of them, let's just say Zenon, for example, he's connected to him somehow. If they can get him out of that ice state and whatnot, and they could use that power, they could use 100%, if not more, because he's literally right there. It's not going to be a pact where there's a separation that they can only use up to 80%. That's 120% right there. They could actually probably even do a fusion similar to Asta and Libe. So, like, there's some huge stuff that could happen if they get that out of there. And that's probably also why Lotus was scared there, which I don't blame you, Lotus. Like, you were a peon, okay? We took care of the Diamond Kingdom long time ago, fam. So, yeah, be afraid. Which, to be honest with you, I think that that's also a setup that, I don't know if in the next chapter, but maybe in the next 2 batch of chapters, next couple months, so to speak, we'll probably see the Diamond Kingdom return. If they're already showing this Dr. Morris and Lotus, I can see Mars showing up and saying, you little traitor bitch, I got you, fam, let's go. But also what Lotus was referring to as well when he said, yeah, things aren't really going well at all, this is bad. We see Yami, and I believe that's also William Vengeance, and they're like cased inside 2 gravestones, and they're, I guess, like surrounded by all these plants for, of course, the tree of Quillforth. I think that's how you pronounce it, whatnot. So their plans are going steady. This chapter was just like, it was very bizarre, some like big revelations, but at the same time it's just kind of like questions. Like, okay, so they got the tree thing ready to go. It's only going to be what, a few more days until they start the process with Yami, or sacrificing Yami and William Vengeance so that they could get their thing going. But then what is that big monster doing there? What role does he have in all of this? Who is he? Like, is that Lucifero's real body, or has he been shown this demon already? Like, I don't think that was Magicula, because Magicula looked different, so that's not Magicula. Who the hell is that demon? How did he get here to the human world to begin with, when, you know, like, only Lieb was able to cross over because, first of all, well, he was tossed over, but also he was so weak. So what's going on there? And if he is encased in ice, for some reason it reminds me of Deliora, I think the demon's name was, from Fairy Tail. Like, and I'm not trying to compare Black Clover and Fairy Tail, even though people love to do that shit. I'm just saying it kind of reminds me of that. Who has ice techniques in Black Clover? I'm trying to think, because that's probably going to be like an ice thing where somebody's going to have to use another ice technique to freeze him again, assuming that's all ice around him. But then we cut to the other half of the chapter where Asta is seemingly powering down from his fused state with Libe. We really only see like a silhouette of like just black flames everywhere, and like we see like his arm and his sword and whatnot. And man, like, I knew it was gonna happen. I think if you even go back and watch my last week's review, I said like, oh, we're probably not gonna be able to see the form until after like the arc really gets underway or whatnot, because we just see like a silhouette. But if it's like an all black sick looking demon, I am so for that. Like, I can't wait to see what Tabata's design, because I've always said one of my favorite things about Black Clover, not even just about Black Clover, about Yuki Tabata, is his character designs look so freaking cool as shit, just badass. So I know it's gonna be fire. And again, if he's holding it off, is like when we actually see it in full force, it's going to be sick as a oh my god, I can't wait. I was like, no, Tabata, why are you teasing us like this? But then Nacht starts giving us some really interesting details there. The fact that Asta intentionally did not hit him straight away. He missed, but even with missing, he still took a piece of the armor off, that sick armor that Nacht has. It still took a piece. It still negated magic, and basically Nacht said if he uses that power at full power, he is going to be the strongest on the field. And I'm like, those are some big words. That's some big words. And right now, obviously, they got to master things, which I like the way it's going. I thought it was going to be like, okay, let's go. Because usually when everything happens in Black Clover, Asta goes along with like all the captains and he's part of the crew or whatever. So actually separating him from the fold this time around and having him doing his own thing with Nacht and Liebe and not just going straight away alongside the rest of the squads is something different for Black Clover, something different for Asta, but also him staying behind, even behind Nacht. It's kind of giving him that familiar feel of like, probably things is going to get real bad on the battlefield, I'm imagining. We've seen what the Nation of Spade did, how they did William Vengeance and Yami and shit like that. So if they were capable of doing that to them, the captains are in serious trouble, and they're going to be like, Asta's essentially in a weird way, and I don't know to what effect and how it's going to feel when it happens. He's probably going to be like a Goku showing up, like, you know, the Saiyans are destroying Earth, and they're waiting for Goku to show up, Piccolo and them, they're waiting. Probably going to be something like that, or at the very least, like at the last minute, bam, they didn't expect that Asta shows up, and he's using his anti-magic and his new form, and that's going to be fire. Oh my god, I can't wait to see it. And despite Asta and Lee being ready to go, Nacht is like, yo, y'all ain't going nowhere, fam. Y'all just started getting the hang of this. Y'all haven't even mastered it yet. Yeah, y'all were able to do your devil union, but no. If you go out to the battlefield right now, fam, you're gonna get dusted. And yeah, let's perfect this thing, which it's again, it's all tying into whatever Tabata, I believe Tabata has a major plan regarding the sequence of when Asta shows up with Liebe. Again, I don't know what's going to be happening at that particular time, but he's doing this for a reason. The fact that Nacht says, yo, I'm gonna go off, you guys train, I'm leaving Gil Modelo behind, get good, and then I'll see you out there and shit like that. So it's setting up for something big. I'm sure Asta's gonna show up at the right time, whether it be a major reveal. Again, the crazy theory that I have of Lasita's not really dead and Lasita is one of the demons there, that oh my god, that'd be so crazy. Like, just imagine Asta and Liebe having to fight Lasita and she's like a devil or something. Like, whoa. Because imagine, maybe potentially Lucifero is so strong that not only was he able to inhabit a body like Dante's, but who knows, again, maybe he could either have her corpse or actually have her under control, Lasita. Like, that would be fire, them showing up at the last second and being like, Mom? Yo! Just saying, that would be crazy. And I also appreciated the speech that really dove more into Nacht's character. And I said this a while ago, that when Nacht went in on all the Black Bulls, he was like, you know, he talked about everybody. And one of the things was that I said, yo, he didn't talk shit about Asta though. And right there and then he's like, yo, I've been watching you guys using my shadow magic for the longest time. I've seen everything you've been through, and you've been basically a good guy. You've been right the entire time. And even though I said before that people that are right don't always get rewarded, I want that to change for you, so don't worry. And I love that because it really gives you, like, whatever happened with Nacht, because remember we got the flashback with him and his brother, whatever happened in the past definitely traumatized him to being this way of wanting to be by the book and appreciating and really harboring so heavily on the fact of you gotta be good, you gotta be a good person from the jump no matter what. Because again, maybe it could be something that happened with his brother for not being right, because remember in the flashback his brother wasn't like him, like he was straight up by the book, like he was a good dude, but his brother was like very chill and relaxed and shit like that. And because Asta's been a hard worker the entire time, maybe that's a part of the fact of why Nacht says you've been always right, you've had your eyes on the prize, you never gave up. And his brother was just like mad chill, and he don't like that shit, which, think about it, he probably absolutely hates the Black Bulls, because if he is straight by the books, hardcore, give it your all, never stop, and you got guys that are just like drunks like Vanessa and just like Neanderthals and people that just like don't give a shit like the Black Bulls, Nacht probably absolutely hates them and wouldn't help them if he had to save their lives. Again, minus Asta, that never rolled that way. But Nacht takes his leave to the battlefield, and we get a cut to a beautiful looking squad lineup of all the people that are going to the battle. I mean, you got Fuegolion, Nozel, Charlotte, and then in the back, you know, behind like Jack the Ripper and everybody, we got Seke, which I love that the anime and manga, you could definitely tell that there's some planning going on, because we just had some instances of like some big stuff for Seke getting promoted and shit like that, and then seeing him a part of the battle, I'm like, yeah, This is gonna be hilarious. He's totally the buggy, the clown of this whole scenario. Mr. Baja himself, Seke, and I can't wait. And overall, this chapter, very interesting. It's like, it brought information, but at the same time brought major questions. I'm curious what you guys think. For starters, what was that demon that was encased there in the lair with Morris and Lotus? What the hell was that demon? What's going on there? Is that Lucifero's real body? Is that a different demon? Maybe that's Satan himself. What do you think is the plans for him at this point? Why they have him there? Maybe they're trying to use the tree of Quillfoth to also resurrect him from that case, or maybe they're trying to have 100% connection with that body. Also, Asta's devil form, his true devil form fused with Libe. Are you excited to see that? And your expectations for when the battle goes down. Why do you think Tabata is having Asta and Liebe stay behind to train more? Of course, like, it makes sense, like, yeah, get perfect, but he could have done it a different way. He could have had them already perfected and then go off with Nacht. Like, is it going to be a major reveal? Again, I don't know. I'm not completely casting off that Lasita isn't still going to be involved. Like, that would be insane for Asta and Liebe to show up and they gotta fight their mom. Just saying. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the Black Clover manga with chapter 274 and beyond. Can't freaking wait. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And, yo, I can't wait to see Asta's new form, but so many questions.
It's nights like this, and times like this,
What's that?
that I can give another hit. But I've got this inside a switch, a natural bliss, but that I miss.